now. Second Ezra 7 and 34. But judgment only shall remain, truth shall stand, and faith shall wax strong. That's why we gotta tell people about Black History Month. We ain't never gonna get this type of opportunity again. You know what I mean? I don't think so. We just do it at a shrine. Caesar Borgia image.
Bartholomew Gomez. His family gets me in contact with the Americans, but don't say anymore.
To you. Maybe he'll say more to me.
I'll tell you, what's up, man? That was a demonic shrine. Dude's beating him. Scares the shit. Second Ezra 7:34. But judgment only shall remain, truth shall stand, and faith shall wax strong, and the work shall follow, and the reward shall be shewed, and the deeds shall be of force, and the good deeds shall be of force, and wicked deeds shall bear no rule. Second Ezra 7 and 58. I'm gonna start at verse it's very deep. Second Ezra 7 and 48. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death? And that there be promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain. And that there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we live wickedly. And that the glory of the Most High Yahweh Shemi Shai is kept to defend them which have led away life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all. Second Ezra 7 and 53 is heavy, because Mark 4 and 29 speaks of the fruit. And that there should be shewed a paradise whose fruit endureth forever, wherein is security and medicine, since we shall not enter into it. Remember, you're not gonna get that reward if you don't enter into that danger. Yeah, we in church right now, we got it. People trying to bring Christianity into the Israelite thing, like we don't do Christmas. We don't, there's certain ways that we don't. There's a way to live, man, for real. Because we walked in those unpleasant places, man. Second Ezra 7 and 54. The scriptures speak about pray not for this people. And that's why it says have holy conversation. Because when people of the world start trying to come into this spiritual thing, you know what I mean? Understanding, like, Second Ezra 7 and 54, for we have walked in unpleasant places, and that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Remember the spiritual death. This is happening, Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. This is it right here. This is the answer to a lot of men's problems right here. Second Ezra 7 and 57. Then answered he me, he was talking to an angel, and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said, but if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose the life that thou mayest live. And I believe that's what John was talking about. The Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And then another scripture speaks about the people that's going to be born, and you should be comforted by their ways, by their doings. Because we came over here on the slave ships, and when our people came over here, we couldn't speak any English at all. We couldn't read, write, or anything. So we got to understand how important education is, how important charity is. Hey, all this stuff, man. They got all these churches they've put in people's faces, man. They got holidays celebrating death, Cinco de Mayo. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, it's all. They put all this stuff in our faces to bewitch us. You know, Halloween, Christmas. So yeah. It's really what it comes down to, though. The victory over his image, you know what I mean? The scripture says, you know, he chose us. He chose us. Second Exodus 7:60. Nevertheless, they believed not him, nor yet the prophets after him, no, nor me, which have spoken unto them, that there should not be such heaviness in their destruction, as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation. You see these in the church. About to show y'all these graven images that came up from the Renaissance era in the 1500s, 15th century. But you gotta understand these. I'm gonna try to be quick.